Okay, we're back apparently. How are you? Good to see you for the late show. We're going to talk about what's in the title. Normally, I wouldn't do this, and the only reason I am doing it is because it relates to Sebastian. Normally, I wouldn't say anything about any other channel because I really don't care. But I think it's important, and it sort of tells you what's going on right now. So we're going to watch that in a second. How are you, Natasha? Good to see you, Cat's Gallery. Moonlight View, STL Cards, Kathy Lynch. Who else is here? I Hate Mornings. Gayla's here. A DJ. By the way, Gayla, that image that you sent me is horrifying. I hope that the thing that you are with does not bite you. I hope he does not bite you. Hey, Gambler, good to see you, Candy, Rachel. It's good to have you all here. By the way, the person I was trying to reach out to yesterday, who I sent out a very cryptic message to, did receive that message and did get in contact with me. So there's no need for people to keep trying to read into it. That person knew I was speaking about them and they got in touch. So very, very happy about that. Thank you, Hugni. Thank you for booping the like button or thumbs up. I appreciate it. Hey, Glitter. Good to see you. All right. Ugh, that's frightening. You made it from the pond to the pool house. Shad made it. All right, let's watch this video and then we're going to talk about it. All right. It's like an ethical discussion.
Mother and stepfather of a missing boy just won a legal battle against a YouTuber who's covering the case. It all started when 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared back on February 26th. A month later, true crime social media influencer Bullhorn Betty began posting videos about the case. In July, Sebastian's mother filed an order of protection against her. The following month, Betty, whose real name is Andra Griffin, was arrested for violating that order. All of that brings us to today. This is Caitlin Quisenberry has more on what was discussed in court and the judge's final ruling on a protection of order for Christopher Proudfoot. Caitlin.
The last time these two parties were in court was in September for 3 different order of protections against the YouTuber Andrew Griffin. And today, the judge added Sebastian's stepfather to the growing list of people worried for their safety. The nearly 4-hour hearing started with the reminder of First Amendment rights. Griffin said multiple times on the stand that she never directly contacted Christopher, nor had ever met him. She did, however, state that she would visit his neighborhood to allegedly get a better understanding of the layout and put up flyers of missing Sebastian Rogers. And at one point, she also admitted to going to Christopher's place of work. Christopher also sat on the stand and claimed he felt unsafe with Griffin broadcasting his personal life and private life. The defense aired a 9-minute video showing clips from Griffin's YouTube channel, where she insinuates Christopher knows how to hide a body and may have had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance. To be clear, law enforcement has not said there is any proof of foul play in the case. Seth Rogers, the biological father of Sebastian and an advocate for Griffin, says the judge's decision to rule in favor of the protection order hinders the search for his son.
What I heard today is that you're not allowed to have free speech. You're not allowed to sit there and ask questions, as somebody would say, the hard questions, and get an answer. Those are 4 scared cowards, in my opinion. And if they're going to try to take away one of my voices, they're going to have to get ready for my voice.
I spoke with Christopher after the hearing ended. He did not want to go on camera, but did say that he hopes the focus remains on the search for Sebastian Rogers. And Griffin will be back in court on November 20th for 6 counts of a violation of protection orders. In Gallatin, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.
Right. I want to say the end bit. The focus should stay on Sebastian. Anything else takes away from it. That's all that this all started with a child who went missing, right? That child still hasn't come home. We don't know where he is. We don't know what happened to him, and we don't know if anyone, or many people were involved. We just don't. There was no facts surrounding that at all. And stuff like this, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it was the president of the US who was arrested for harassing this family. I don't care. It takes away from it. It really does. Because now everyone, all they give a crap about is this. They all care about the drama surrounding a YouTuber being arrested, right? I don't care what she does. I don't care about her channel. Don't care about whatever she gets up to. I care about the focus being taken away from Sebastian. That's what I care about. Because what is it? It's October. It's October. We've all had 4th of July and we've gone through different public holidays, different Memorial Days. Memorial Day gone, probably Labor Day. They've all flown by this year, and we still don't know where Sebastian is. And that is the deep down fact of it. And what we should be still looking at is where the hell is this kid, and how does a young boy, that's what he is. He's only like he's a teenager. How does he disappear from his home? Is never captured on any CCTV, no Ring doorbell. Like every person in the bloody world right now has a Ring doorbell. Everyone. It's like they give them out with like when you buy a loaf of bread, they're like, here's a loaf of bread and your Ring doorbell. Everyone has them. If that child left that property at any point, I would have suspected that we would have seen him on some sort of camera. And you might be like, Ping, there's no cameras everywhere. But there would have been something, anything, something to prove that, he went this direction or that direction. Not who took him or who hurt him, but just he went here. He went left. He went right. He flew into the sky. But we're not seeing that. Kathy says, I don't have a Ring doorbell. I didn't mean like 100% of the population has one, but they're so common. There's so many people that have them. And you would think that if it's not that, then it's a traffic camera, a CCTV, a business camera, something like that, someone protecting property. I think Sebastian's timeline is actually before we think it is. I think it's very similar to the Elijah Vu case. Like Elijah Vu was reported missing on that morning or whatever when Jesse Vang said like he woke up and he just went missing. I think it's sort of similar, is that the timeline's maybe a little bit before what we think it is. SR is involved, even if it's a freak from online, which Sebastian was on while it says playing live with friends. What? Oh, you mean like someone groomed him online? I get you. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to the other stores that hand out Ring doorbells when you buy bread. It's a like just a saying. Like that's what it feels like though. They just give them out. Hey Kelly, thank you for sending me a email. Sorry, I'm just trying to read this. All right, yeah, thanks. I'll read that out in a minute. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll ring that out in a minute. Yeah, but that was before, right? When he went shopping with his mom. You didn't want a doorbell, so we just have cameras. Yeah. So the whole story about him never being online and not having any online friends, that's also not entirely true either. Maybe at his mum's house, maybe that's true, but I think we'll find out that there's probably people that do know him online. I just think how many people could keep the secret for this long if they're all teenagers? Like, say it was a teenager, 17-year-old who helps Sebastian get away. How long do you think they'd be able to keep that secret for? I don't think since February. I think it probably someone's parents would have come out by now saying, "Hey, there's a strange kid that's been here since February." I don't know. I'm not sure if he never returned home or it just happened earlier than we think. Um, no, like I still think the timeline's off, but I can't decide whether he was in that house and somehow made it out at a later point. I'm not saying he was alive. I'm just saying he made it out. I'm just saying, or it happened earlier than we think. I'm not 100% sure myself. Yeah, and then we get stuff like this, and I think it takes away from it. And you know what is all the YouTube channel's going to be talking about all week and for the next month until she's due back in court? This. It's not going to be Sebastian. It's going to be like, what is Betty going to do next? What is Betty going to do tomorrow? Is Betty going to talk about Sebastian? And I can tell you here, according to this poster here underneath the video, they say not 8 hours after the hearing, after this particular YouTuber was told to leave the family alone and that they no longer exist in your world anymore, she was online talking about Sebastian and the family again. So apparently court orders don't apply to people. What about the dogs? I know, ask his mum. Glitter says it was about finding Sebastian in the beginning until a couple of characters came into the scene and distracted. A few of those characters show up a lot on these cases, and yeah, and it happened with the Wells case. You know, the little girl missing from Tennessee. She had the same issue. It was okay for a little while, and then all the crazy people came in and started muddying the waters. And I can tell you now, you know Summer Wells? Put your hand up in chat if you think we know really any much more than from the first month Summer went missing, the first month to right now. Do we know all that much more about that day? Not really. I mean, we sort of know what we knew that within the first month, like the mum went out and they came back and they went to the vape store or whatever. We know all that. So little information has come out since that month. And we're really, but the other stuff that's come out is just absolute rubbish. It's just rubbish. It's just stuff that doesn't matter. And it's the same thing happening in Sebastian's case too. You get all this stuff, well, past relationships, and there might be abuse there, and there's a court order, and there's another daughter that lives over here or whatever. That stuff doesn't really matter right now. We can sort that out later, really, for sure. If there's something that one of the stepfather has done in another relationship, that's his issue. We can deal with that after we find Sebastian. If there's some sort of like crime that's happened or whatever, that can be dealt with. But right now, we have a kid that's missing. Deal with that first. Don't be dealing with this like, let's dig into his background and find his other illegitimate daughter or whatever. Don't worry about that. Put all the focus on finding Sebastian. Once you move off that track, you end up with Summer Wells. And in 2 years, we're going to look back on this, and I freaking hope not. I hope we find him soon. But if it goes the same path, we're going to sit here in 2 years and say the same thing as I'm saying about Summer. We're going to say, oh, do we really know that much more than what we knew 2 years ago in February? Just keep it on focusing and applying pressure on finding that kid. Because like I'd hate it to end up like Summer's case. Summer's case is a mess. It really is. And they tried to come out with a anniversary video recently. Said nothing. They said, no, yeah, we're so confident, and well, we've done a heap of research and we've spoken to over 500 people. You ain't bringing no charges. You ain't bringing her home. So what are you talking about? Doing a video for an anniversary and trying to pat yourself on the back at the same time. I don't see no results. Show me where the kid is. Show me what happened to her. The only thing you should be doing is doing an appeal for information. That's it. Sorry, I get angry about this stuff because I hate it that these kids are out there somewhere. And, like, just think about if you were Summer's age, right? Small little girl, right? She's very young. Just think that if she really did run away, let's just play the what if game for a second, okay? She didn't. She was either killed or taken, probably most likely the second one. Um, think if she really is out there on her own somewhere with someone strange that she doesn't know. What kind of life is that for her? And we're all sitting here, we're about to have Christmas and Thanksgiving and all this kind of stuff. And there's a little girl who's gone through what, 2 or 3 birthdays now away from home. It's very sad. It's extremely sad. April says we don't know much else about what happened to Summer. When YouTubers involve themselves, it causes a lot of problems. Yeah, and I think that's where the ethical argument that I was talking about earlier about this is, like I said, I couldn't give two craps about Betty. I don't care. I don't care about her channel. I don't care about her supporters. I don't care about her haters. I don't care. I care about the ethical discussion of all this, about I'm a YouTuber, maybe not as big, but I have over 1,000 subscribers. So I'm part of this little community. I care about like the representation of YouTubers, one in true crime, but I also care about what is the ethical boundaries of these type of cases. We have a saying, it's like don't take it into real life, and there's a thin line there, right? You want to travel to the area and film and try and interview neighbors or something, like, yeah, okay, I get it. That's as long as you're not rude, and if someone tells you to go away, you go away, sure. Um, but then you start doing other things, like you start trying to insert yourself into live investigations, or you try to insert yourself with the family, or stuff like that. That's where I have an issue. That's where I have like a big problem. Yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit of it in when they did the Idaho, when the college students were unfortunately murdered. There was people that went to that town and they were chased out of that town by locals. Locals were like, "Get out of here! Like, we don't want you here. Like, a tragic crime just happened, and we don't want you hanging around." But I get why people go there. If someone asks you to leave, you should leave. Like, that's the respect you should show. And it's not just about the people. So if you went to the neighborhood, say where the Proudfoots live, right? And say they tell you to go away, you should do that. Even if it's against your moral thing, say you're like, "Oh, I know they did something. I'm gonna stay here because this is my fight," or whatever. But it's not just about them. It's about their neighbors too. Like, they don't want to have to listen to your BS, and they deserve to have some sort of like peace and tranquility in their street after going through what is probably like a friggin' media circus with this for months anyway. So I think there's a fine line of respect as well, and I think sometimes that line is getting broken quite frequently by channels and people trying to get the latest scoop and stuff like that. So I think that's where the ethical boundary in doing this YouTube stuff is, because as much as you want, as much as you want to call yourself an investigative reporter, or whatever, unless you're a paying member of the media association or whatever they have in America, and you have a real badge from a media outlet, you're not. You're just not. You don't have a media pass. You ain't getting invited to anything. I mean, you might do good work, and that's great, but you're not a media organization unless you are part of the guild or whatever. So STL cards, I'm sorry, I hope it will be found soon. Me too. That's I'd like it better if we could focus those efforts on just finding him. Like, we had Dog come out the other week, got all the media for a couple of weeks. Here's my phone number, call us with tips. And they got the same game of telephone that everyone else did. Like, you heard him on that interview. He was spouting stuff that we've all heard for months. Same information. It was nothing new. Same allegations, no facts to back it up. Same stuff we've all heard for a very long time. What did it do? Just gave him airtime with media outlets like Court TV and Law and Crime and stuff like that, all because he has a profile. I appreciate it. If you have a profile you want to help, that's great. But it didn't do anything. Glitter is said, I think one of the big clues is when somebody, a YouTube creator, doesn't refer to themselves that way. They call themselves something else. So why are they on YouTube making money? Exactly. Evil Alaska says Tony Mathis, the felon who was helping Seth and paid Betty to harass. Well, I can't verify any of that. They say they went to Idaho to try to get on that case. Got selfies with Eaton. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably some sort of publicity. I know that when he jumped into the Gabby Petito one, he had some other interest that he wanted to partake in. Yeah, it was a weird thing. He always hops in too late. He did it with the Gabby Petito thing too. Hopped in like 8 weeks after it started. For what reason? Don't know. April says the Gabby Petito case started some of this. Imagine being a neighbor of the Laundry family. I don't like the Laundry parents, but their neighborhood didn't deserve that. Man, they must be so happy right now that their lives are sort of reverted a little bit. It was a circus out the front of their home for a good couple of months, at least a couple of months. And I feel sorry for their property values probably plummeted. I would hate to be someone trying to sell a home on that street or even nearby. Like, I'm surprised they would even get a buyer. I don't know if you would. So it doesn't just affect the people you're trying to put pressure on, it affects their neighbors too, and they haven't done anything wrong. Most times they're good people who would do anything to find Sebastian, would do anything to find Summer. They're just normal people. They don't deserve to have their life turned upside down too. Oh yeah, Quentin Simon, yeah. That's another one. Tony was in on Caleb Harris' case, dumped by his dad, then took Caleb's TikTok, got in on Sebastian, and Caleb was found. Yeah, we're still waiting for some answers in Caleb's death. I hope we get them soon. Well, not we get them. I hope his family gets them. I think they deserve answers as to what happened to their son and how he ended up where he did. Was it a tragic accident? Was it more like that? That really they need those answers, and I hope they get them. Oh, I haven't done anything on Gabby Petito in a really, really long time. I sort of left it after. Well, what was the last thing we did on it? Probably when that note was found. When they found the note that Brian had written, that's probably the last thing I did on Gabby Petito because I just wanted to leave it, and I thought, okay, we know what happened. We ain't going to get any justice here. The perpetrator's dead. We've all had the big celebrations for Gabby, and we had the anniversary and the celebrations of life and stuff like that. And I just felt like by continuing to report on it, it makes me look like a grief vampire because I would just be doing it for the views. And I'm not going to do that. I mean, we can have a look at it if you really want to. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him dipping into true crime. I mean, I liked his TV show when he was with his other wife. And I thought that was a pretty interesting look into Hawaii and the way things operate down there. It was a pretty interesting expose, and even though some of it was probably contrived, but I thought it was interesting. But not a huge fan of him dipping into true crime. All right, we can have a look. I haven't even looked up Gabby in a while. Let's have a look. And I'm sorry to get on my soapbox about this stuff. It makes me sad that this is where we are. And I think the collective power of like YouTube channels could do so much more for these type of cases if we just stop being so stupid and try and work together. You could do so many amazing things. Like if we combined everyone's followers and assets and connections, get so much more done. I reckon you always get more done together than you do apart. Let's see, Gabby Petito. The last thing I can find, lawsuit. Let's have a look. Did they end up settling or? Yeah, they settled earlier this year, right? So the last one I can find out of an Australian outlet. They say Gabby Petito's parents settled case which claim Laundries knew their son killed their fiance. They say the families of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie have reached a settlement in a lawsuit after Petito's parents claim the Laundries knew their son killed his fiancée during a cross-country road trip, but intentionally withheld that information. 100% they knew. The settlement concluded a much-anticipated mediation between the two families last week, according to the Laundrie's lawyer, Steve Bertolino. They're saying the terms of the resolution are confidential, and we look forward to putting this matter behind us, his lawyer said. If a settlement was not reached, the case would have gone to trial in May. So no, they came to a settlement agreement. Not sure since it's confidential what it was, but yeah, I 100% thought they knew. I think that was obvious. I think that was super duper obvious from just things they did. Yeah. That's why it's called Krama. Yeah. I mean, they really fought for her after it became public. I mean, I saw them at CrimeCon, and they were just still fighting for their daughter's legacy. Even then, they were just trying to do anything and anything they could to spread her story, so that maybe they could save another woman in a DV relationship. And they're still doing it today. They're very, very nice people. Yeah, they're nice people. I don't know. I don't know Nancy, and I don't watch her show, so I've got no idea. All right. There's my thing about BHB. I'm not going to say anything about her because I actually don't know her. And other than that, I've never watched a live show of hers. I've never watched not even a minute of coverage of whatever she does. I wanted just to talk about the ethical nature of YouTube, and it revolved around Sebastian's case. So that's it. That's it. All right, that's it. We're done for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. No. We'll keep going. I have some more stories for you. That one we read before we went before. That one was brutal. That woman who killed her parents and then hid them upstairs in the home. I don't think I've ever seen or heard of anything like that before. That woman was so calm when they broke down her door and told her that, they knew her deepest, darkest secret. And she was just like, oh, yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, arrest me. I ain't gonna fight you. Take me to jail. She was so just oddly calm. No, we're not gonna read about that. I don't want to read about that. Let's see if we can. All right. Hey, I always try and bring you stories, especially if I can find stories of people of color, because I feel like they're not represented enough. And I actually feel bad about this because this one's a few days old and I probably should have got on it quicker. They're saying that a 13-year-old boy went missing at an Arizona car wash and he hasn't been seen in a month. His name is Elijah Gumbus, 13, and he was last seen leaving the Weiss Guys Express Wash in Arizona. Let me see if we can find his, what do they call it? The NCMEA NCMEC page. That's the National Center for Exploited and Missing Children. I'm just trying to load this here. Let's go to USA Today. So apparently this is CCTV footage of him. Here, it's really hard to see because it's under the banner there, but he's in the red shirt. It's a really terrible footage. You can only it's in Maricopa County. There he is. Just a young man. Where would he go from here? Authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward to, confirm his whereabouts. That's a terrible video. You can barely see him with that stupid thing. Let me see if I can find a better quality of that video. I hate when they put those search bars on it and you can't see what they're trying to show you. Let's see. USA Today. All right. Maybe their Facebook version is better. Where would he go for a month in Arizona? So you can kind of see him at the bottom there. He's in an orange t-shirt. It's like he's trying to avoid the cameras. Can you see that? It's like he's trying to duck under the camera. That's almost what that looks like. Almost like he knows the cameras are there. And he stays against whatever this is, a wall or something. He stays very close to that wall. You see him, yeah, he kind of ducks. Yeah, that bit there. When he, you guys can barely see it, but he sort of runs up against the wall. It is very odd. 106 today in Phoenix. It is very hot. Yeah, it definitely seems to be avoiding the camera. She still had, yeah, that woman. I think she was wondering why he was doing that. Yeah, I'll see if I can. Okay. Yeah. So there's the young boy. And you see him there. Do you think he pinched her purse or something? And there's that car. Do they show you the woman? Oh yeah, there she is. I think this footage has been cut. I think it's got jumps in it. But she sort of comes around and has a look. Do you think he was do you think he was hiding under her vehicle? Like as he came across the back here, he sort of ducked under her like trunk, like ducked down. And then she sort of caught a glimpse of him and was wondering what he was doing. Here, let me pull down that. There you go. Maricopa County, Danny. Hold on, let me get you some more details about where he's from and where he went. They're saying he was with his mum on a cross-country trip. So that must be his mum. That must be his mum in the blue top. It says he was with his mum on a cross-country trip when they stopped at a Phoenix car wash. Elijah stepped away. Over a month later, there's no trace of him. They say it's been over a month since a 13-year-old boy walked away from his mum at an Arizona car wash as local authorities continue a fervent search for the missing teen who has little familiarity with the area. Elijah Gumbus has been missing since August 31st, and surveillance footage from the car wash in Maricopa County, they say, shows the moments leading up to the disappearance. The boy is wearing a red shirt in the video is seen hopping out of his mother's car and jogging west. Elijah's mother can be heard in the footage calling out his name multiple times before the footage cuts off. Why would he do this though? There must be a reason. Apparently they have no known family or any connections to the Arizona area and were only traveling through. Let me see if I can find this Weiss guy's car wash in Maricopa County. Like, where is it? There's two, but Danny, you might have to help me, bud. There's one down near Goodyear, and there's one up on north of Glendale. Which one would be Maricopa? Both of them? Which one would you take if you were traveling through the state? Probably National Route 10, right? Route 10 or whatever you guys call it, National 10. I reckon it's maybe this one because it's right near the highway. Unless Danny can tell me. There's two apparently. There's one up here. Oh no, there's three. Wait, is there more? No, there's only three. There's one over here on Paradise Valley Oasis. There's one down here in Sahuro Ranch. It has a Jersey Mike's next door. There's one down here. And then there's one further south. I'll check the chat in a second. Hold on. And then there's one further south down here near the... Is this near the border? No, it's near Indian Reservation though. This is near Goodyear. And it's down this area. Near Van Buren. Glendale. It's the Glendale one. Let's go up here. Well, the Glendale one's this one. That does sort of look like what we saw in the footage, that long wall where you sort of pull in and it had that long wall. Let me see if I can find any other identifying information. A car wash in Tulsa, Arizona. Tulsa? Where is that? West side of Phoenix. So west side of Phoenix. Where are we? It's okay. It's this one. No, it's this one down here. At least I think so. Hold on. Phoenix. Oh no, it's right next to the... They say there should be one right here. What road is it on? No, it's the one... It has to be the one on 10. Okay. It's got to be this one down here. Which makes sense because you'd be driving through that highway to get through Arizona. They say it's this one here. At least judging by the information I can find. What would be next door? There's a Jiffy Lube and a budget rent-a-car. Well, he ain't old enough to rent a car. And then there's a Circle K convenience store. West of Phoenix, yeah. It must be this one. Yeah, I-40. Straight from California, east to west. That's why I said I thought it... When we first looked at the map, I thought it was this one. Because just here you have the big highway that goes straight through the state. And you don't have to drop far off it to get through, see? 10 goes all the way through. You can get to Cali from there. You can go all the way through to New Mexico if you wanted to. So it's one of their big arterials. So there's not a lot... There's a older people's home, a assisted living place next door, and then apartments. Yeah, it looks like an apartment complex down here. I mean, where would he go? There's not a lot around here, like, that he could disappear. That's really, really sad. And it's hot, real hot, hot as balls out there. You don't wanna be out there for too long. Hey, Kim. Alright, thanks, Kim, I appreciate it. What is APO? I don't know. Where does it say that? APO? I don't see that, but maybe Danny can tell you what it means. It might be something localized. Oh, adult probation officer? Okay. That makes sense. Here, let me take you back over here. So we found that. They say there are a lot of areas that he could have either met with somebody or taken off or hid or something like that. But at the moment, there's only information that we had, and the only surveillance we had in the area that was able to pick him up in a direction of travel, according to KPNX. There's a history of custody issues between the boy's parents. On the day he ran from his mother's car, the two were traveling from California. There you go. That's why they're on that road to Louisiana for the mother's work, according to Lieutenant Lee Garrett. The mother and son stopped at the car wash so she could clean out her car. Neither mother or son have ties to Arizona, which makes this case much more problematic and worrisome. In the past, there have been custody issues between the mother and father, but neither of them live in Arizona, and police have confirmed that he is not with either parent. Ay, ay, ay. Does he know someone online? Did he meet someone online and they said, "Hey, get to Arizona and come live with us," or "We'll take care of you," or something, or "We can get you back to dad," or something like that. There's a photo of him. So if you're in Arizona and you see this little boy running around and he looks like he shouldn't be in the area, or there's no adults with him, call police and let them know. I'm saying you probably want to call the Glendale Police Department. Let me see. No, call the Phoenix Police Department. Phoenix. Let me just double check. I'd say it's PhD. That's PhD. The Phoenix police that are probably doing it. Who's Lieutenant Lee Garrett? That's how we find out who it is. Who is Lieutenant Lee Garrett? Uh-huh. Oh no, he's from the Arizona Department of Public Safety. He does things like Amber Alerts and Silver Alerts, that type of thing. Okay. And he's also from the Tulsa Police Department. So if you see that kid, contact the Tulsa Police Department. Let me get a number for Tulsa. The Tulsa Police Department's number is 623 936 7186. So if you see that kid and you're in Arizona, I'll put the number on the screen too. I haven't seen his mum do any interviews. Like Casper said, the mother's voice. Oh yeah, like there is a in the car wash. But hold on, let me unmute this and see if it has it. Sorry, it keeps muting it. All right, that particular one doesn't have a voice. Give me 1 second, I'll track it down. Where's his name? That's alright. I'll look it up in a different thing. Let me see if the Fox 5 Los Angeles one has it. Hmm. Alright, I found it. Hold on, guys. I found it. Yeah, update from 12 News, and they have it.
Thank you. It's been over a month since a 13-year-old boy went missing from a car wash in Tolleson. Elijah Gumbas was last seen back on August 31st, and police say they're extremely concerned. Tonight, we're hearing from Tolleson police about the latest in their investigation. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono joins us now live in studio with that story. Bianca?
Yeah, Trim, we've obtained surveillance footage from that car wash, and it shows that all it took was a few seconds for Elijah to disappear. What started as a road trip with a quick stop at this car wash at 83rd Avenue and McDowell in Tolleson has led to a missing child. Surveillance footage from around 7 o'clock in the morning on August 31st shows 13-year-old Elijah Gumbas get out of his mom's car wearing a red shirt, then jog west. Seconds later, his mother is heard calling out his name. He hasn't been seen or heard from since.
We're extremely concerned. We're very involved. We have a detective that is 100% dedicated to just this case.
Tolleson Police Lieutenant Lee Garrett speaking with 12 News over the phone about the case. Over a month has gone by since Elijah's disappearance.
He was on a major roadway as well, so there's a lot of areas there that he could have either met with somebody or taken off or hit or something like that.
Garrett says Elijah and his mom live in California and were on their way to Louisiana for her work. As far as police know, they have no ties to Arizona, making this case even more concerning.
We don't know how he would have connected with somebody here.
Police say there is a history of custody issues between Elijah's mom and dad, but neither live in Arizona, and police have confirmed Elijah is not with either of them. Tolleson PD now teaming up with the FBI and National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to widen their search, focusing on Arizona, California, Louisiana, and Nevada, exhausting all leads to bring this 13-year-old who was gone in mere seconds home safely.
He's not a very big kid, so it's somebody that would stand out. He's got a very young face, so we're hoping that somebody will see this and realize that if he's on the streets or if he's with somebody he shouldn't, then they will call 911 immediately.
And police say Elijah's mom stated she witnessed Elijah get into a maroon SUV, though police have not been able to confirm that. If you have any information.
How would someone know he was there? And why would someone in a maroon SUV take him? He must have hooked this up with someone. Yeah, I didn't see a maroon SUV either. Not in that footage anyway. There is a SUV on the top right that does leave, but I don't think it's maroon, is it? There is a SUV that, or it's a truck.
Around 7.
I think it's in the other one. Hold on. There is an SUV at the end here. Oh, it's a truck. But it's not maroon. It's like silver or black or green or something. It's a dark color. It's up in this top right corner. I don't see a maroon SUV. Doesn't mean there isn't one. It's not in this video. You think he teed this up with someone to jump away? What building is next to it in the yellow letters? All right. Hold on. Let me find the car wash again. Here. What was it called again? like Weiss Car Wash or something. No, hold on. Car Wash, Weiss Guys Car Wash at 87 and McDowell. There's a Waffle House. Where the hell is the car wash, though? 83rd and McDowell is right here. That's interesting. They're saying at 83rd and McDowell. There's a car wash, but it's a Superstar car wash here. This is 83rd and McDowell. That's odd. Unless it's here. There's a Best Western. Super Shine Wash and Self-Service? Further down? No. That's a bit weird. The only car wash is this one. At 83rd and McDowell. Is it in the right place? Tolson? Yeah. No. Yeah, Tolson's down here, but there's Van Buren. Sorry, there's... Where is that? Where's that other map from before? Hold on, let me grab our other map that we had before that's better than this one. Alright. So this is the one that's the only one in the area. But they said it's on 83rd. And that car wash here at Wee Skies Express is not on 83rd. That the other one I showed you, that Star Wash or whatever, is on 83rd. Wonder why they would lie about which car wash it is. Maybe Danny knows. On the corner of 83rd and McDowell. That's where we were. In the map we had before, we were at 83rd and McDowell. Literally on the on the actual crossroad of it. 83rd. 83rd. Let me check this other map. Maybe it's giving me the wrong spot. I think it's giving me the wrong spot. I don't know why. But yeah, when we go to here, I'll show you. This is 83rd. This is McDowell. The only car wash on the corner is this one here, 83rd and McDowell. And it's not a Weiss Guys car wash, unless it recently got taken over, and it is now. I don't know. I'm not from the area, guys. I don't know. But the only other one I could find on my Googling is the one on East Van Buren, which is not too far away, but it's not on 83rd. Yeah, it's the other one. The only other one I could find near Tolson was this particular one. That one. That's next to the Jiffy Lube. If you want to know what the shop west of that is, it's Jiffy Lube. And that's south of the 10. The other one... Where's 10 here? The other one's north of 10. The other one is north of 10. I don't... I don't know. And this one doesn't have anything next door except for a field and housing and a Burger King. across the road, across 83rd. And the other side across McDowell is a QT Quick Trip. That's it. I'm not sure why it's giving a weird direction like that. 8365 West McDowell Road. West McDowell. Okay, let me see. All right, let me type that in. Where's 8365 West. 83. McDowell Road. Oh, is that the one we were just at? No. Okay, so it's across the road. Okay, why that doesn't come up as a car wash in Google is weird. Super Shine. No, see, this says it's a. See what I mean? It says it's a Super Shine. It doesn't say it's a we. So, I don't know. Maybe they got taken over or something. I always wonder if these things are correct. Like when they change companies or whatever, do they ever update properly on the maps? And it's across the road from that Superstar. Or what is it called? Yeah, Superstar. So Super Shine. I mean, it does look right. It has that flat edge on it. What is next door? Someone wanted to know with the yellow sign. If it is this one, it's My Morning Brew, whatever that is. Ah, yeah. Okay. In Australia, well, you would know, Casper. In Australia, we have a ice cream called a Wispa, and that's how we pronounce it. So I thought it was pronounced the same way. You don't see the building with the yellow sign? Google updates only yearly. Well, maybe they bought it from the other company who used to own it. Well, there's McDowell, there's 83rd. If it is, I guess that is sort of close. And then there's that, you would think it was this one when they give you the directions, they say it's a corner of McDowell and 83rd, you automatically look here. But there is that one there. Here, I'll show you something. See, in Australia, we have this ice cream. I'll show people that don't have these. I don't know if they sell them in America, do they? See, we have a Wispa. It's only got one S, but I thought it might be pronounced similar. Yeah, that's the Kim. That's the one we looked at before, but it's not correct. Yeah, see, like Weiss. Okay, Tenny. What city in CA? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let me get out of these maps. Let me get out of this and this. Did they say where they came from? Let's go to USA Today and see if they have a. Oh, we'll go to Yahoo. They're saying here they were at that car wash. Yeah, I don't see anything about what actual place they are from in California. Let's check out his missing and exploited children page. Maybe they have it. They just say that his mother was driving from California to Louisiana for work. Let's see. Oh, we can go to KPNX and see what they have to say. Says here from KTLA, no exact location within California of where Elijah could be headed was disclosed to anyone. So they're saying that they don't have a location within California. And that's according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And this comes from KTLA, who's been following it too. They say both law enforcement officials and the NCMEC believe that if Elijah left the state, he would have likely traveled to California, Louisiana, Illinois, or Nevada, particularly Las Vegas. No exact location within California where Elijah could be headed was disclosed. Weird. His mom was already headed to Louisiana, so why would he run away from her? So I don't think that sounds correct, but 2022, okay. We're looking at you. That's what we're looking at. Where is that near? Near it'd be South Glendale, right? Is that right? Or Westgate or South Westgate, Maryvale, Desert West Park. I don't know. Maybe you'd call it South Glendale. If you wanted to talk about like the main city or the main suburb. Yeah, it's a little odd. There's something wrong. A red shirt picked up by red car near Maryvale. Weird. That is weird if it's his shirt. Why, did they find a blue shirt too, and did they start fighting? Alright, let me see if I can find anything else about Elijah Gumbus. Elijah Gumbus. Alright. Very strange. It does say that his mum reckons he hopped into a SUV.
Thank you. It's been over a month since a 13-year-old boy went missing from a car wash in Tolleson. Elijah Gumbus was last seen back on August 31st, and police say they're extremely concerned. Tonight, we're hearing from Tolleson police about the latest in their investigation. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono joins us now live in studio with that story. Bianca?
Yeah, Trim, we've obtained surveillance footage from that car wash, and it shows that all it took was a few seconds for Elijah to disappear. What started as a road trip with a quick stop at this car wash at 83rd Avenue and McDowell in Tolleson has led to a missing child. Surveillance footage from around 7 o'clock in the morning on August 31st shows 13-year-old Elijah Gumbus get out of his mom's car wearing a red shirt, then jog west. Seconds later, his mother is heard calling out his name. He hasn't been seen or heard from since.
We're extremely concerned. We're very involved. We have a detective that is 100% dedicated to just this case.
Tolleson Police Lieutenant Lee Garrett speaking with 12 News over the phone about the case. Over a month has gone by since Elijah's disappearance.
He was on a major roadway as well, so there's a lot of areas there that he could have either met with somebody or taken off or hit or something like that.
Garrett says Elijah and his mom live in California and were on their way to Louisiana for her work. As far as police know, they have no ties to Arizona, making this case even more concerning.
We don't know how we would have connected with somebody here.
Police say there is a history of custody issues between Elijah's mom and dad, but neither live in Arizona, and police have confirmed Elijah is not with either of them. Tolleson PD now teaming up with the FBI and National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to widen their search, focusing on Arizona, California, Louisiana, and Nevada, exhausting all leads. to bring this 13-year-old who was gone in mere seconds home safely.
He's not a very big kid, so he's somebody that would stand out. He's got a very young face, so we're hoping that somebody will see this and realize that if he's on the streets or if he's with somebody he shouldn't, then they will call 911 immediately.
I don't know. Something's a bit odd about this. He must have pre-organized. I don't think he would just hop into a random car. Oh, thanks, Glitter. I appreciate it. Casper says the mother said she saw him get into a vehicle but didn't follow the vehicle in her car. Yeah, it's a little weird. Well, they reckon they already checked with the father, and the kid is not with the dad. Whatever that means. It's a wide search area too. You know, you're talking about Illinois to Las Vegas to Louisiana. Like, that's half the country. She's scared that they might shoot her, maybe. You know, you never know what those gang members will do. Danny, that's not a funny joke. Serious, we have a missing child. Alright. I don't think I have literally anything else for you on it. There's so, like, little information about him. Other than he went missing. Well, she must have, because she was leaving for work. I'm guessing she probably got court ordered, like, that it was okay, since she was moving across state lines for work. He probably just didn't want to leave California. I can see that this kid didn't want to go. That has happened more than one time. Evil Alaska says, in my opinion, the mum set this up. He's told to go around back. Black grey truck picks him up. It drove by and away right after she called his name. Maybe, but what would be her motive for doing that? Why would she want her son to go into another car? I think she was allowed to have him. I think she was allowed to go, like, out of state with him too. So what would be the purpose of doing that? I'm just trying to see if we can find his page for him. Like, I worry that the kid this young is just walking around Arizona in the heat. I don't think so. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children don't really have much else either. Just trying to see, where's their website? Alright, they got a poster. Come on. There we go. See, Elijah, missing since August 31st. He's now 13 years old. Yeah, they just reckon he may have gone to he may be in Arizona, he may have traveled to Las Vegas, Nevada, California, Louisiana, or Illinois. That's all I can tell you. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you about him, but I hope they find him. I think it's, like, much more likely for a kid of color who goes missing to be found dead, unfortunately. It's not good. Yeah, let's hope it was a friend, like he organized to be picked up in Arizona. You think he got groomed into a gang when he was in California? I mean, it's happened before. Thanks, Glitter. I appreciate it. Blackandmissing.inc. Okay, so they're covering it too. Yeah, the Illinois too, or Louisiana. So it's a huge search area. Huge. All right. All right. All right. All right. I think that's about it for the night. I think that's it because we have to go out. We have to go out and get Mrs. Ping some stuff. So, yes, that's exactly what it is, Danny. The rolling 60s, they got him. Kathy says, and if she didn't chase after him, I'd like to know why. She hasn't done any public interviews that I've seen. Not that I've seen in a month. She hasn't done anything publicly, like no TV station or anything like that, which is very weird. Yeah, they need the license plate to trigger an Amber Alert. To do the Amber Alert, one of the conditions is that you have to know the car and the license plate. Pretty sure, anyway. Hold on, Amber Alert. Yeah, so they've got 5 criteria that you have to meet. It says a child under 18, law enforcement has determined the child is not a runaway, or a custody dispute is not the sole reason for requesting an Amber Alert. They say the abduction poses a credible threat of imminent danger or serious bodily harm to the child. There is enough description detail about the child, the abductor, and the abduction circumstances that an Amber Alert activation will locate the child or the suspect. There is information available if disseminated to the public would facilitate safe recovery of the child or apprehension of the suspect. That's interesting. Law enforcement has determined the child is not a runaway. So he fails this one right here. And I think that's probably why they're not doing an Amber Alert, because he voluntarily ran away from his mum's car. So they're going to say that he is a runaway until proven otherwise. There's definitely gangs in CA, that is true. That area of Arizona has serious gang activity? I didn't know that. There's a Reddit thread on him. By the way, Sean, thank you for your donation at the end of the show, the last show. I really appreciate it. Caught it when I hit the end button. It's very kind of you. I can have a look at the Reddit one before we go, and then I got to get out of here. I think it's under the missing persons one. What do they have anything interesting to tell us? 2 days ago, what do they say? No real information. People having the same questions we have. Why? What about the car? What about the SUV? Why wasn't there a license plate? Lots of things. Yeah, not much new information, even on the Reddit thread. No, I didn't find anything interesting either. Seems so. Well, she was moving to Louisiana, so you tell me. All right, my ladies and gentlemen, I have to get out of here and do some, normal people things instead of talking about true crime. I got to go get some food and do some shopping and that type of thing. So before the shops close. Yeah, he's only little. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you hanging out here all night for both shows. It's very kind of you. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time tomorrow, but I'll be back tomorrow. No, that's true. We don't know who is guilty. Yes, I will. Bring her flowers. Who? Mrs. Ping? Do you want any flowers? Oi, do you want any flowers? They said I should bring you flowers. Did you guys hear that? She said I never buy her flowers, and that sounds nice. All right. Hey, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow at uh, I'll see you tomorrow 9 p.m. Maybe 9 p.m. might be later. We'll see. But I will no precedence. You do that in the first year of marriage, you have to do it every year after. All right. Bye-bye. Have a good night, everyone. It's very late. I'll see you tomorrow for 9 p.m. show, okay? Be safe out there. Bye.